Well, very good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Sandy Elson, and on behalf of the travel professional community and travelprofessionalnews.com, I want to welcome all of you and thank you for taking time out of your day to join us today. I'm really excited about our webinar today because we're being hosted by VAX VacationAccess. Our speaker is Beth Kitzman, Business Development Manager for Tricep Solutions Agency Channel for VAX VacationAccess. Beth focuses on nurturing business relationships and finding exciting, unique ways for VAX to support travel agencies. With over 20 years of experience in the travel industry, beginning with Walt Disney World, then working for airlines, and now focusing on travel technology, Beth loves using her education degree to find ways to educate and empower travel agents to grow their leisure travel business. Beth's topic today is VAX VacationAccess, 6 months in review and looking forward. Before we get started, please remember that you are all muted, but we welcome your questions. You can type in your questions at any time in the question area you see on the right-hand panel of your screen. At the end of the presentation, we'll get to as many questions as we can. Also, during the presentation, Beth is going to be asking you questions, and you can type your answers into that same question area. So let's get started with all this wonderful information about VAX VacationAccess. Welcome, Beth.
Thank you, and hello everyone. I so appreciate you taking time out of your busy days to jump on and review the last 6 months on VAX with us. As we get started, as Sandy just said, I will be engaging you. This is an interactive webinar, and I'm hoping that you will participate. I will be asking a few poll questions, and don't worry, I'll make it very clear when I'm asking my questions so that you can participate. But the initial launch of VAX was nearly 20 years ago, and over that time, we've continued to recreate and expand the horizons of how agents use our technology. Our vision has always been to make you, the agents, more efficient and profitable with innovative technology and content. And over the years, we've made many enhancements to VAX that I've showed you in the last several months, but each intended to support you and your ability to increase effectiveness and market impact. And I always want to follow that with the fact that your feedback drives much of our vision, and we are really passionate about hearing your feedback so we can continue innovating for the future to have your back. We got you. That's our message. We got you. So fast forward from 20 years ago to 6 months ago, and it really has been a very exciting 6 months here since our recent redesign and relaunch of VAX VacationAccess as the leisure travel marketplace. We have been seeing your activity skyrocketing. I've personally been hearing incredibly positive feedback since the relaunch, and we've all been feverishly working to integrate new content. And yes, I can say we because I'm also writing these days. New content, new educational opportunities, as well as new bookable product to our marketplace, all aimed at you, today's leisure travel professional. So we're thrilled to see how you're using VAX to empower your future, due in large part to the technology enhancements that we have made in the recent months as well. We are seeing agents are using the new VAX to its fullest. You're searching for content using the new site functionality. You're easily finding content from the compass all around the site and sharing your insights with our new article commenting functionality and checking for the latest industry events using our new industry calendar. So there's several different things that I just talked about and touched on. Let's take a quick peek to review some of those latest enhancements, just in case you haven't seen them, and do just a little bit of a tour that way. So here we are on our VAX homepage, and you heard me mention the compass, and it is prominently displayed in the right column, and it is the gateway to agent resources throughout the site. The compass is your new true north, offering a unique perspective that you're really not going to find anywhere else in the industry. And as you navigate through the site, you'll find that the articles that are featured on this right-hand column will vary to be relevant to the content that you are resourcing on VAX. So watch as we navigate to see that. And by popular demand, the site search. This is really one of the most exciting things that we're seeing used. Again, it was added by popular demand. Our VAX site search functionality will search site content, including supplier showcases, promotions, destination pages, so much more. Let's just take a peek at what some of the top searched topics are. And you will see as I enter them. This is one of the top ones, universal. So if I do a search here, I will see all of the different opportunities that come up within that search, kind of like our Google, for universal. Here's another one that we've seen a lot of traction for searching, SeaWorld. See, there's a lot of different kinds of product on VAX, isn't there? And if we look at one more here, bonus cash. Is anybody else noticing as I search for these how the Compass articles in the right-hand column are showing with that? It's pretty exciting. One more, I mean, I can't not search me, because there's some great articles out there, one that we're actually going to look at a little bit later, because, you know, I'm shameless that way. But let's go back to our homepage and look at a little bit more of what we've got that's new. So looking at our tabs, under our reservations tab, we have a new product. It's cruise. So when you go to the cruise page, you have a direct link to the Royal Caribbean Supplier Showcase. So now we have a cruise supplier showcase, and it is just exactly what you would expect when you look at our supplier showcases. Supplier showcases are a great way for you to learn more about your suppliers. Tremendous resource that way. So here you will see contact information, you will see promotions, you will see videos, marketing resources, all sorts of different things that you would expect to see on supplier showcases, but now you can see it for one of our cruise showcases. And if you click book now, it is not bookable on VAX, but it will directly take you right to Cruising Power, so that when you log into Cruising Power, it's just as if you were going straight there first. But what you can't necessarily book on VAX, you still have access to some amazing content and resources that are provided by the supplier. So who knows? Keep an eye out. There may be more coming. Sounds like a great time for a poll question. What do you want to see more of on VAX? Is this a surprise to you that you see cruises? Are you excited about it? What do you want to see more of on VAX? So while you type that in, I'm going to keep going here. As we look across offers and incentives, Offer Wizard promotion, agent incentives, those are what you're used to. Under suppliers, in the last 6 months, we have categorized those suppliers by the type of product that they sell. Now, this is one of the exciting things because we are adding more product, aren't we? You can see that we have added travel impressions under our enhanced or anchor store tour operators. So we want to make sure and point that out. Those tour operators that you don't see that are listed prominently here are under the vacation package link, and that will take you to some of our other tour operators. SeaWorld, one that I searched, American Airlines Vacations, just to name a couple. There is more, so make sure you check that out. But let's take a peek at the new Travel Impressions showcase. This is so exciting. I am hearing so much excitement about having Travel Impressions hosted on the site and having it be a great experience to be able to book it. And here you can see that we have their supplier showcase with contact information. You have a great video here to watch that kind of really tugs at my heart when I watch it. In fact, it makes me tear up a little. So I highly recommend you check it out. But all sorts of promotions and just some great content here. And With the SmartRes tool, you can start booking it immediately right here, and it will only take you to destinations that Travel Impressions is going to take you to. So great resource here. And isn't it great to have more product that's bookable on VAX? We have another great new supplier showcase that I want to touch on too, as long as we're talking about suppliers, and that is our AM Resorts supplier showcase. This one is kind of a great supplier showcase within supplier showcases. So you can go here and get your AM Resorts, and then you can click on any one of these, and it will take you to a page specifically for that particular resort, in this case, Dreams. And as we look at it, again, you can find great information. These links will take you right into the hotel profiles that are such a great resource for your clients, because you can share that with them rather than sending them to the hotel and then having them disappear from you. So these hotel profiles are great, and these supplier showcases are great. So check it out and visit them, because AM Resorts is very excited to be on VAX. So, and I would also just remind you that, look at this, you can get to the cruise page from the supplier page or from the reservation page. So you have multiple ways to make that page come up for you, and it's great. I just really hope that we're going to see some more things populating that page. Could happen. Under destinations, this has also been categorized by region, and within each region, you'll find a multitude of individual pages for destinations. So these destination pages, this is just kind of a review because we've covered this before, but these destination pages are extremely robust resources, including quick facts, crowdsourced agent tips and recommendations, and from you, the agents, and of course, valuable destination overviews, which suppliers can be used in each destination. Often there's videos included, and it's really just well worth your time to explore these different destination pages for sure, because these all help you learn, especially if you're a new agent or if you're an agent that is expanding your horizons into a different destination that you're not that familiar with. These are great places to learn more about these destinations so that you can be the expert for your customers. That's really a lot of what we're all about here on VAX is, as I said, we want to have your back, and we want to have your back not just with how you book, but how you learn to book and how you learn to know about your suppliers and how you become so immersed in the destinations and your suppliers. There is a lot of that here available for you. As we look to the next tab, our education tab, we have our supplier training and education and our new VAX training and education, which I've showed you before. And definitely you should be checking these out, because your supplier training and education is where all of our webinars are going to be listed for your participation, for you to take advantage of, and then posted as on demand. Our VAX training and education, this is where you will find trainings about the tools and the functionalities of VAX. And I would tell you that if you have looked at a lot of those trainings, I would highly recommend you go back and revisit them, because we have really almost the entire library of our resources have been updated due to our redesign and our new educational strategy, which is really derived from agent feedback. So thanks to you, we've learned that you prefer short, bite-sized trainings, and these are all going to be 30-second to 2-minute videos followed by step-by-step guidance. So if you have looked at some of these videos in the past, check them out and see if they're not even better for you now. So we really, really recommend you checking those out. But I'm so excited to tell you about our new agent education page. So we're going to just jump on there for a second and take a quick peek at it. Excuse me. This is where, if you are a new agent or if you're bringing on new agents, this is a page that we are really devoting strictly for new agents so that you can learn how to grow into the business. Now, you can see that we've got 4 different categories of trainings here. This is really about VAX, Within the new Welcome to VAX, we have a series of navigational videos and engagement tools and resources that way. Then under Booking 101, we have a series of videos and trainings that are step-by-step guidance, and it's really, let's just take a quick peek. You'll see that they're listed here and all of the different things that you can learn. Now remember, as I said, our new strategy is 30-second to 2-minute video. I don't think any of these videos are more than 3 minutes at the top. But we've really tried to condense them down and keep them so bite-sized on one focused topic that you can come and take this and eat that elephant one bite at a time. You can honestly probably get through all of these listed here in 15 minutes. So that gives you a great idea of how to navigate through VAX and how to do a lot of the booking that you'll need to be doing. And then in addition, following the Booking 101, we also have the advanced features and functionality. Again, another series of those videos that are for more advanced modifications and making payments and those kinds of things. And then, of course, we have our industry organizations. This is a great collection of organizations that you should check out, that you should perhaps be a part of so that you can be more successful and be learning about the business all around as a well-rounded agent. And then as we look over here, we see the compass, and look at these 4 things agents must know about VAX. This is kind of a new agent article perhaps, so it's again relevant to what you're searching for if you're on the new agent page. So very exciting. I'm really excited about this particular part of VAX. It's kind of a passion for me. It's a labor of love because you're going to hear my voice a lot on these videos, but I really wanted it to be something that you would be excited about doing. So as we look at our last tab, the thing I want to show you first under there is our industry calendar, and this is new since our last webinar as well. This is a comprehensive calendar of events that around the industry, including trade shows, seminars, FAMs, webinars. You can look at it week by week. You can look at it month by month. Let's just take a peek at what's coming up in November. If you're not signed up for anything in November, maybe there's something you should be signed up for. Now, if you were excited to try and get a live face-to-face VAX training, then you should check out Cruise World. By clicking on a link here on our industry calendar, it gives you more information. This will take you right to Cruise World, so you get more information. If you click register, you can go ahead and register right here. You don't even have to leave VAX to do it. You can go ahead and register and get yourself a spot there so that you don't miss out. And if you do go and you do come to the VAX training on Wednesday, come up and say hi so that I can meet you face to face. But we really do want to make sure that you're aware of the industry calendar because everything in one place. But this brings me to another poll question. Where do you currently go to find the best industry events to participate in? Let us know, please, where it is that you search for your events to participate in. All right, let's go to the compass. This is really our biggest expansion, and this is the compass homepage. And you can kind of see that we have 4 different categories: agent development, travel inspiration, around the industry, and destinations. We're thrilled to report that our biggest expansion, the compass, our resource for travel industry content created exclusively for you, the travel advisors, we have seen significant traction from you. Why did we bring the compass? Back in 2017, just last year, John Ishii, our leader, had a great vision that the next phase of VAX's position in the market was to create a media entity launched with the sole purpose to help you succeed. And the content that lives on the compass is meant to do just that. Today, more than a year later, we publish new content every day. And now we have a bounty of content written just for you. We focus on destinations, travel inspiration, perspectives from industry leaders, tips from innovators on improving your business, and most importantly, agent development. We're also building our collection of shareable content, meaning articles you can send right to your clients, as this is available in front of the login, so you don't have to worry about your clients, being in VAX and doing anything and having access to it. You can just go ahead and share it. We're really excited to be confronting some issues and answering questions for you in an effort to arm you with the knowledge that you need to be effective with your customers. We've also added the ability to comment on articles so you can share your opinions and insights with your peers. This is pretty exciting. It's just the beginning of the development stages of launching VAX social forums where agents can have peer-to-peer conversations in a community forum environment. Being able to share comments, to share why an article was impactful to you, to provide a bit more insight to how it affected you is one of the first steps. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about some initial steps within that in just a few moments. But I just kind of want to show you this. And on the Compass page, we have our own individual search. You would certainly find content, Compass articles if you were looking at the content search up here as well. But if you're just looking for articles, this is a great place to look at that. Let's just pull up an article. This is one of the top viewed articles. Yep, you can see how well I type here. Okay, so once you type in, and you wouldn't have to type in the full title, you could just type in a few keywords and it would definitely pull up the different articles that have those keywords. But I wanted to pull up this specific article because I kind of want to give you a feel for what our articles are like. They are not novels or books or anything like that. They are very quick reads that can be very, very impactful and insightful, but not take you hours to read. Now, when I talk about the comments on the bottom, you can see this is one of the articles that has had some comments that have been made about the article. And this is great. If you're looking at an article and you're thinking, well, should I take the time to read it? Now, again, this probably would take you 3 minutes to read, but, and I'm a slow reader, just FYI, but awesome. This is one of the reasons I invested in the industry, and it's fun and exciting. Wow, that makes me want to sit and read it. These are great comments, and this is what we're excited to be able to offer you so that you can comment on the articles. All you need to do is put in your thoughts, you publish it, and then it is going to be considered, because if you type something that's not so nice, we're not going to put it up. But if you have some great, even if it's a great suggestion that doesn't necessarily agree with the article, we'll probably put it up as long as you're nice. We want people to be nice. Be kind. That's what we think. Okay, so as we look at, some of the other great articles that we've, the top articles that if you haven't checked these things out, I highly recommend. Do you know TSA's new carry-on rule? That's like a second high one. Streamline your client's travel with the online Mexico entry form. Another big one, 5 ways Universal Orlando Resort shares its love for travel agents. That's in the top 5. I'm included. So it's really, you can find some great content here. And I think that most of the agents that I talk to, when I talk about the Compass, they're not necessarily as aware of it. And I just want to make sure that you are aware of its existence and its impact on what it could have for your business. And as we look at the page, you can also see if you have a story idea or a suggestion for the Compass, you can contact us right here. But you know what? Let's do another poll. What would be most valuable for you to see on the Compass? Let's just have a wealth of those ideas come into the question area there for you to add on, please. Now, as we review the content categories, I want you to know that we are going to be adding new content categories, including one focused only on agent voices. Now, just recently at one of the industry's largest conferences, the One ALG Summit that took place in Cancun a couple weeks ago, Andrea, our managing editor, presented a spectacular workshop, which I'm going to just borrow a little bit of content from her, so because I want to share a concept that we want to share with you. So bear with me on that. But before I do, let me just type my name in because you'll see why. Okay, so as we look at the compass, let me just ask you a few questions, and this is just not for you to necessarily respond. It's contemplation in your own mind. How many of you consider yourselves to be great writers? How many of you are currently using content to help you run your business across your website and social media? How many of you have a blog or blog-like content home on your website? I find these questions to be interesting because if you were asking me these questions, or if somebody was asking me these questions a year ago, before I was pulled in as a contributing content provider, which, as a side note, is how I viewed it, because I'm certainly not a writer. But now that I'm voluntold, I'm a contributing editor. But when I asked these questions, I was petrified. So I completely understand why some of you might think that this is a really scary thing. Others of you, like our managing editor, Andrea, love writing and want it to be their end all and be all. Either way, the bottom line is that you have a story to tell, and that is where and how I overcame my reluctance to comply with the requests of Andrea, our managing editor. You have important information to share. You have experiences to talk about. You, and most importantly, you have self-promotion to do, especially if you've been traveling around, especially if you've been in the business for a while. So why is this important to your business? Because you need to be promoting yourself as a local expert. If you publish a regular column or one-off opt-in to your community papers, the members of the community read it and automatically think of you as an expert on that topic. You have to be that expert in order to build your business. By creating your articles, you create organic and an automatic search results for your website. All you really need to worry about is writing great content and publishing it somewhere digitally, and it will come up on searches for people, and people will find you. Also, this creates an emotional attachment for potential customers. Reading your perspective and feelings on an issue easily creates an emotional attachment between the reader and you. The power of the great content really lies in people's perspective or emotional attachment to you. So I'm a travel warrior, or so my coworkers tell me, and often I use funny travel stories or sometimes even pictures to create that emotional bond. And also to hopefully get the reader to understand what a crazy situation I experienced or how it impacted agents. Or as a side note, I hope some of you read the articles and might use it as an excuse to get to know me more. Because then you could be in my articles too, and I am certainly not above groveling for my friends in the travel industry. So anyway, how can you create great content if you happen to be more like me and a bit scared of writing? And why am I even talking about this? Well, I just mentioned that we are creating a new category focused on agent voices. And yes, we want you to submit your stories. 3 simple steps is really all it takes to create an impactful, and I'm going to go ahead and put myself out there and show you demonstrate some of the steps. So please don't hang up, stick with me. You saw me go ahead and search. I'm going to pull up this article as an example. Okay, so first, sorry, go back here. First, start with your personal story as your hook. In my case, you can see that in the first couple of paragraphs, I share my personal story. I came to TriSet from Midwest Airlines as a corporate trainer for their call center. I journeyed through this transition to Frontier Airlines, was intrigued to expand my travel industry focus, yada, yada, yada. I was a band director. You have a little bit of a background there for me, and you can see kind of how that hopefully hooks you in. How does a band director become a travel person, especially travel technology? Hopefully that hooks you in. See, you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. So then number two, and this one is really important. This is the part you position you as the expert. So engage your readers with your stance, your background, and your why. So figure out where you belong in these questions. If you're a tenured agent and you've been at this for a while, what advice would you give to a new agent? What do you wish someone would have shared with you way back when you were brand new? What learnings can you offer that would help them be a successful business person? What business challenge have you overcome, and what are the learnings from that challenge? Whether it be a weather event or whether it be destination perceptions, there's so many to choose from, right? There's so many things going on. If you're new to the business, this is the part where you can tell everyone what you have done as a new agent to create immediate success for yourself. Remember, in this case, you are giving advice to a peer because the Compass is a travel agent audience. If you're writing your article and your audience changes to a customer, you're going to change that advice. But as you can see, looking at my article, and I'm just going to skim through it, I am not going to let you read the whole thing because you can search it and that would boost my ratings up. But you can see in my case, I'm the expert because I experienced the events. But hopefully you can kind of see the correlation of how you get that emotion. And then three, which is what I really consider to be the easiest part, this is the resolution or the conclusion. But again, my stories are a little bit different, but really you are just bringing it back to your story to button up your article. So the important takeaway here is that you do have so many compelling stories to tell, and you shouldn't be afraid to get them out there. If you feel like you have a compelling article outlining your journey, share it with us for consideration to be included in this new agent voice category. And here is where you can see how to share that with us. You can find the address to share it on the Compass homepage where I showed you at the bottom on the right, or you can get it from right here, the Compass at VAX VacationAccess.com. Have a story idea, a topic you think we should cover, or an article or piece of content you've written, we want you to send it to us. So please consider that. We hope that you'll consider that. I mean, all I can say really is if I can do it, you really can do it. I was scared to death. And now I'm actually getting comments on my articles and they're positive. Makes me happy. So the future. As we look to the future, we are committed to making your life easier. We've talked about some of the things that we're adding in the future for the Compass with the new agent voice category. We're consolidating product on one marketplace in the short term, and that's the news that Travel Impressions is now seen and heard on the marketplace. And we're very excited to be well on the path to bring on our next brand, Apple Vacations, before the end of the year, both cornerstone tour operators to strengthen our position and leverage the power of our booking technology for all of the brands that you find on VAX. Keep watching. You never know who might be next. You know we've got Apple coming. What you can count on in the future is that VAX will remain committed to being a brand neutral marketplace, which includes additional product that we'll be continuing to introduce to agents. And this seems like another great place to have a poll question. Historically, agents have had to deal with booking different products on different platforms, and we're excited about the concept of one user interface for booking multiple brands. Hopefully you're excited about that concept too, but last poll question, who would you want to see on VAX? If we hear from a bunch of agents that a particular supplier is desired on VAX, we'll certainly do what we can to make that happen. So let us know. That is what I have for you. Here is my contact information. Thank you, and let's see if there's any questions.
Okay, thanks so much, Beth. That's all very exciting information about VAX, where it's been in the last few years and where it's going. So, and you'll also see that we have lots of answers to your poll questions, but let's see if I can go through this and find our questions.
I didn't realize how hard that was going to be for you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. It's not hard at all. One of our agents wants to know if they book a cruise through VAX, such as Royal Caribbean with Cruising Power, do they still get all of their credit and commissions as they would if they were going directly through Cruising Power?
So, as I said, that link just takes you directly to Cruising Power. You're not booking it through VAX. You're just accessing Cruising Power through VAX. It's just a direct link to take you where you're going to log into Cruising Power as if you had gone to Cruising Power on your own. So however you log in is going to get you the same commissions and everything, just like you logged in if you went straight to Cruising Power. Does that make sense?
Yep, excellent. Thank you. One of our agents wants to know if you have videos for the more experienced agents and not just for the beginners.
Well, that advanced features and functionality series does have those videos for more advanced, because the beginning is really going to be the booking 101, but if you're wanting to know modifications and making changes, those kinds of things, you'll find those in that features and advancement, features and functionality tab, but also you'll find some of those more advanced ones in the VAX education. Let's just pop over there so I say it right. VAX training and education, you'll find some of those here as well. Okay, excellent. So yes, we try to have them for all different levels. And again, if we don't have what you're looking for, then let us know at feedback at VAXVacationAccess.com what precisely you're looking for in a training, and we will do our best to accommodate. Excellent. One of our agents who is a VAX user said thank you for pointing out the industry calendar, as she never checked it out before. It'll be very useful in her planning. So just want to let you know that. Can a booking option be made in VAX without payment, or can just quotes be made in VAX? Yes, you absolutely can make a quote. You go through the booking process and just save the itinerary. You can do it that way, email the itinerary, or you can do a sales email, which I covered in my first webinar this year, where you can send up to 6 different resorts or properties in one email, along with up to 3 cars or up to 6 excursions or features. That's a really valuable tool. I highly recommend, if you're not familiar with that, put sales email in that search function and watch the video on how to do that, because if you haven't been using that, that will definitely change your business. Okay. I've heard that from agents. Excellent. That does it for the questions, unless I'm not seeing some in here, but I think that's it for the questions. If I missed your question, or if you think of something after this webinar, Beth has put contact information up there, so do get in touch with her, and then she will be happy to answer all and any questions. So our host today has been VAX VacationAccess, and our speaker has been Beth Kitzman, Business Development Manager for Tricep Solutions Agency Channel for VAX VacationAccess. Thank you, Beth. This was so interesting and useful. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate everybody that signed on. Thank you so much.
And I'll add my thanks to all of our agents who took time out of their day to be with us today. I know you got a lot out of this. So enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.